What's going on YouTube? Zariah here, and today you're on the Zariah Speaks channel. The topic for today is you don't need to fit in. Let's get right to it. In today's society, fitting in with the crowd is less important than back in the day. So what do I mean by that? Well, in the 40s and 50s and 60s and before and even slightly after, it was expected of the average person to fit in with society's norms. You're not going to dye your hair a certain color. You're not going to paint your house or car a certain color. You're going to fit in and be like everyone else. Back then in society, you were treated less of a person and more as a number. You were made to try to conform and fit in with other people, to not make other people feel out of place. And in today's world, there's still some of that, but there's way less of it. And in today's world, there's more acceptance to be your own person, be unique, be different. A lot more stuff is tolerable in today's society than how it was back in the day. Let's get to the first point of today's video on you don't need to fit in. That first point is you are your own person. You have your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. You think a certain way, which makes you you. You feel a certain way, which makes you you. And you behave and act a certain way, which makes you you. You are not like anybody else, and anybody else is not like you. We all have a specific genetic code makeup, DNA makeup. Even if we are identical twins, we still may think and behave completely opposite to the twin. You are you are your own person. Nobody thinks like you when it comes to certain things, and that's okay. It's important to be your own person because there will never be another you. Being your own person will make it so that you truly leave a legacy on this planet when you leave. If you're like everyone else, you're going to be forgotten like everyone else. So it's important to be your own person. The second point of today's video is creativity. If you are like everyone else, there is less creativity to go around. You got to think about certain companies like Amazon, Tesla, Apple, Google, Nintendo, Microsoft. They were creative. All of those companies are not like anything else that we've ever seen. And that's why those are million, billion, even $1 trillion companies. When you think like how you're supposed to think and not like to fit in with everyone else, you can truly create things that nobody else can. Because our brain composition is different than the next person. We see and think about things differently than everyone else. And so that's where the creativity comes in. If you try to conform to society's norms and, I'm going to work this job because that's what majority of people are doing, you're lacking on creativity. Creativity can change lives. And that's why it's important to be as creative as you can in today's world. Creativity can lead to millions of dollars. Creativity can lead to a happy, successful, fulfilling life. You don't need to fit in. Be creative. Let's get to the third point of today's video, and that is freedom. What do I mean by freedom? You don't have to live up to society's norms. So you are truly free when you realize you can pretty much do what you want as long as it's legal. If you want to dye your hair a certain color, you can do that and you're not going to face repercussions. You may get certain looks wherever you go, but you got to understand, people are going to judge you no matter what. So do what you want to do, as long as it's legal. Let's get to the fourth point of today's video, and that is one life. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you only have one life, so make the most of it. When you die, that's it. It's game over. Make the most of the life you have now, because once you go, that's it. You want to try to leave your legacy, whether it's small or large. You want to be remembered when you pass away and not forgotten. You want to leave an impact on your kids and their kids. You want to leave an impact on all of your family and friends. You only have one life. Stop trying to fit in. Do you. Be yourself. Be unique. Be different. Be daring. Be creative. Be experimental. Be you. Let's get to the fifth point of today's video, and that is appreciation. You see, knowing that you're not always fitting in It allows you to appreciate the differences in people. You see, when you have a societal norm based mind, you judge people, whether you know it or you don't. When you try to fit in with society, you judge people who are not fitting in. But if you don't fit in, you can appreciate everybody's uniqueness, everybody's differences. You can appreciate where somebody might think like this, or somebody might think like that, or somebody might do this or do that. You can appreciate it because you're already not fitting into society's norms. And so you can appreciate everyone else who is not fitting into society's norms. You can even appreciate the people who are fitting into society's norms. So that's all I wanted to talk about for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. If you found this video informative, share with your friends and relatives. Thank you. XO.